I saw this article in the Washington Examiner by, who's it by? I think it's Byron York. Now, I want you to listen to this. When asked about their prospects for 2014, most Republicans will say that whatever happens with the Senate, the GOP is a virtual lock to keep control of the House. The House majority is the Republicans' single hold on power in Washington, and the only way the party has been able to shape national policy during Barack Obama's presidency. Republicans haven't worried about losing the House because, first, having won by a landslide in 2010, thanks to you and my audience, among others, they got the control of redistricting process, and they have used that power to draw districts that give them an advantage. Second, Obama, having won re-election, is not particularly popular, and his ratings could slip further by November 2014. And third, history teaches that the presidential party just doesn't gain seats in the midterms of a president's second term. So the thinking goes Obama's Democrats can't win, the House will stay Republican. Unless it doesn't. Behind the scenes, in whispered asides, not for public consumption, some Republicans are now worried that keeping the House is not such a done deal after all. They look back to two elections, 1998 and 2006, in which Republicans seriously underperformed expectations, and they wonder if 2014 might be a little like those two unhappy years. And I've been warning about this. The majority is at risk, says one well-connected Republican strategist. It should be a good year, but you need to run like you're trying to win, and you need a good, solid strategy. And what is the Republican strategy? Mr. Producer, do you know what the Republican strategy is? No, he's dumbfounded. Mr. Call Screener? No, he's lame-brained on this one. Anybody else? No. I will explain the Republican strategy in a moment, so you'll want to take notes. In 1998, Republicans with a narrow majority in the House expected to pick up at least 20 seats. It was a weird year with the Lewinsky scandal consuming Bill Clinton's presidency. But Clinton wasn't on the ballot, a fact that didn't stop House Republicans from campaigning against him. Yes, we were going to make the race all about Clinton, the strategist recalls. These are the genius consultants and operatives in Washington. Just remember that. Who can't win damn elections. Well, it didn't work. Instead of picking up 20 seats, the GOP lost 5. So much for presidents never picking up seats in a second term. Republicans kept control of the House, but by a margin so small, it made governing difficult. Then in 2006, when the architect, Karl Rove, I got to come up with a name with this guy. I'm tired of speaking his name. And by the way, they should change the name of my beloved Fox News to Rove News, because the boy is on every damn show with that stupid whiteboard. If I ever see him and bump into him, I'm going to take that damn whiteboard out of his hands and break it over my leg. See, where was I? In 2006, another president in his second term, this time Republican George W. Bush. The Republicans controlled the House and saw itself heading toward another victory. The whole focus was on attacking Democrats, recalls the strategist. There was the belief that the districts were structurally Republican. Bush had carried a number of them, and we had a financial advantage. This was the architect, Rove. This was his plan. But instead of cruising to a victory, the GOP lost 30 seats and ushered in the era of Speaker Pelosi. I want you to keep this in mind. Just look how the Republican establishment loses elections. Now we the people, handed them the House of Representatives in 2010. They would not have the House of Representatives but for the conservative constitutional Tea Party movement. Period. And ever since that victory, they've been stiffing us. Or worse, attacking us. They got McCain. That's who they wanted. He got blown out. They got Romney. That's who they wanted. He got blown out. They have the speaker that they want. They have the Republican minority leader that they want. They've got everything they want. And they're losers. Now, this is my great fear. My great fear is that guys like Boehner and, quite frankly, Paul Ryan and Eric Cantor and this goofball McCarthy, they don't get it at all. Midterm elections, in particular, are base elections. They are turnout elections. And they're doing everything they can to turn us off. To turn us off. Where are they standing ground and keeping ground and fighting? Instead, it's, no, we're not going to shut down the government. Even if that's your ultimate view, why do you reveal that to the leftists and the media? It's like playing poker and the idiot shows his cards. And that's what he does. Hey, look at this. And also, amnesty, pathway to citizenship, this is their number one issue. No. And then we have Obamacare, the President of the United States, rubbing the Republicans' nose in it, acting like he's king, or as I've been saying, and now others, an imperial president. No, we'll follow this part of the law. No, I'm suspending this part of the law. No, I'm deferring this part of the law. What the hell is that? And what are the Republicans doing about it? Now, the typical Republican response will be, well, what do you want us to do about it? Here's what I want you to do. You fools should have been time and time again, every time he has violated the Constitution, you should have made an issue out of it. You should have punished him in some way, denied him some appointee, obstructed some piece of legislation. Draw attention to this lawlessness so the American people, after a year or two or three of you consistently explaining it and hammering away at it, would in fact be aware of what you're trying to do and say. But instead, what do we get? What do we get? We get John McCain attacking Ted Cruz. What do we get? Chris Christie attacking Rand Paul. What do we get? Karl Rove attacking Mike Lee. The same dug-in entrenched losers who may well cost us the House of Representatives in the next election. And do you know what Obama will do again if he controls the whole damn thing? And he's banking on it. That's why he's putting all these things off. He's sucking people in to vote for him, and then he's gonna drop the hammer. Then what do? Well, we don't control any 1/2 of 1/3 or anything else. And what are the Republicans going to do then? Blame the conservatives? Blame the Tea Party? What are they going to do then? We can't control anything. We don't even have 1/2 of 1/3. Of course you don't. Look what you've squandered. Look at what you've squandered, the opportunity. This president is pathetic. His policies are a disaster. We have sustained high unemployment, sustained housing problems. The economy is still on its back. He won't secure the damn border. He's hollowing out the military. He's hollowing out NASA. What the hell? He's handing you the issues to run on. And what do? You attack conservatives. Brilliant. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.